Back again. So, I was thinking about heading over to the other spot, downtown Tacoma, but eh, eh. I thought it was gonna be a much nicer evening actually, but I posted on Facebook that I was gonna be out here around noon. That's when I posted that. Said I'll be here around 5, so I'm a little bit behind schedule, which is okay. Doing my thing. The great. What's happening? Um, so yeah, it was like between now and around 12:30 when I posted that on Facebook. They did a lot of spraying. Let me show you how that's looking right about now. This is our sky currently. All the chemtrails and all that. That was not going around. No, I promise that wasn't going on. And there's the mountain down there again. All that wasn't going on about 4.5 hours ago. I can tell you that. She knows. Listen to your woman. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't even know if we're going to end up chatting with them, but it's all good. So I'm just out here doing the thing again. Yeah, they did a lot of spraying today. Absolutely. Let me see. Oh, Logan Paul's documentary is out now. I hadn't seen it yet. I'll have to check that out when I'm finished over here. As far as what happened yesterday, oh, it was a mockumentary. It was trash. Really? That's a shame. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I'll give some kind of review on it. Probably talk with Vegan about it on Friday. Um, but uh, so after the stream last night, it was kind of late. And what happened? All right, Clayton Holmes, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. 10, yeah, yeah. It is nice out here, but here, check it out. After we finished up last night, man. As soon as I hit the button to cut off the stream, this lady comes over. She sits down. She's like, "I'm trying to tell my man what's going on. I'm trying to tell him that the Earth is flat and we're under a dome." She was going off. She was going off, and me and uh, Preston and his friend, we ended up chatting with her and him for like another half hour out here. It got nice and dark. Um, her man was still on the, you know, what about this, what about that, asking the same questions that we all get all the time anyway. And then I'm just going through the different steps, the different experiments, different observations I've made and all that. Ultimately, he kind of I don't know, he looked like he had kind of softened up to the idea after a little bit because I'm like, man, look, I'm using the numbers, and people like to say, well, the Earth is so big. I'm like, yeah, I know the Earth is so big, and what they say is, that, the Earth is. You said I was trying to donate $10. It's all good, man. I appreciate it. But I'm saying the guy was like, so the Earth is really big. That's what we get a whole lot of times. I mean, so it wouldn't really matter at this particular let me see. At this particular stretch of water, because you must not know how big the Earth is. And then I asked them how big is the Earth, what's the radius, circumference and all that, and they don't seem to know what it is a lot of the time. So, I tell the guy circumference, and I'm like, dude, I'm using the math that we're given from the community, from the scientific community. I'm saying Eratosthenes supposedly figured out the radius of the Earth a long time ago, so. You know, we got the numbers, so we're just using their equations. So ultimately, I think they ended up having a serious discussion. Gave him my info. He might hit me up. We'll see what's going on. But it was a good exchange with that couple after hours last night. Let me see. I'm gonna check out that Logan Paul documentary. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. I hadn't had a chance to. We'll see. If it was, yeah, okay. We'll see. I'm gonna try not to talk about it too much because I haven't seen it yet. I can't speculate. I didn't so much believe in the guy. I was just giving him the benefit of the doubt, you know. So it's all good. It's all good. I'll check it out after this thing, after I wrap up here. Then again, is being that it's kind of overcast, artificial clouds and all that. It's not a whole lot of people out here. But as always, there's people, walking up to the van, taking pictures and things. So it's all good. What's up, Danny? I see you. Flat Assassin, what's happening? I'm about to catch somebody slipping over here. I'm about to catch somebody slipping. Go ahead and get this show on the road. It looks like just being down here, having this sign up here saying Earth is flat. People walk by, they'll read that. People are out in the parking lot, they're reading my van. It's like it's starting the discussion amongst people, even if they're not talking to me, which is fine. It's fine. That's like what I'm here for anyway. Just to get people thinking about this stuff. We'll see what's up. How you doing, man? Good. I'm good. Word up. All right. Thank you, Miss Lady Legs. 75. Flat mother loving power. For sure. Flat Earthers unite. We do our thing. Just, hanging out. Oh, see? Sound like somebody stepped on that dog's tail. Let me see. I'm saying, well, the thing is, Tina says once they get a understanding of flat Earth, they still don't understand how it all applies. We have to take it a step further. Yeah, I know. I'm saying that's why I'm the recruiter. And that's why everybody else has their job. I assign myself as somebody that's bringing people into this whole situation of being unplugged from the matrix by exposing that aspect. Because once you figure out flat Earth, then it's really easy to go to the next step. Well, shoot, they probably lied about this, and this, whatever else, whatever other control methods that we have out here. So, flat Earth is like just cracking the door open to further truths. And this is kind of my wheelhouse, so this is where I hang out. Zoom Truth, what's up? Folks out here doing their thing. Let me see, I'm gonna have to back up closer to the sign. How's it going?
Earth is flat?
It is.
Doesn't you have members all around the world?
You sound just like this other guy that said that yesterday. But it's funny though, because if the Earth is supposedly covered mostly in water, you're standing right next to a large body. You see the surface? You see how that is? At what point does it start to curve?
13 miles.
13 miles? Did you measure that? Are you just saying stuff?
Yep.
All right, gotcha. That's my thing. Okay. Actually, it is flat. And what I did, come here, let me show you. This is from a laser test that I conducted last August 16, 2018. So I was here at Owen Beach. My buddy was actually down there with his laser at the other end of the dock. I was at Saltwater State Park across the water,
right,
over a 10-mile stretch of water. Okay. Now, according to spherical trigonometry, 10.3 miles of curvature. Do your little calculations here. That's supposed to be 62.22 feet of curvature in between us. And that's according to the globe, because water's supposed to bulge on a globe, right? Nah, man. This is the beam from his laser. And I could still see that beam from 10 miles away. So we were missing some curvature somewhere. Bodies of water don't curve. That's all I'm saying. Now, I don't know why it's so crazy to think that people are walking around at a 90-degree angle on a flat surface. But it's normal to think that people are upside down on a spinning ball with water sticking to it.
I'm not understanding the math.
Not understanding the math. This is 10.3 miles. 10.3. So the calculation to get the Earth's curvature is 8 inches per mile squared. So 10 times 10, 106.09 times 8 inches per mile squared. So that's how you have to square it. So it's 848.7 inches. Divide that by 12, and then 62.22 feet.
That's how much it should curve.
Yeah. Between that point down there where he had his laser where I was able to observe that laser across the water, there should have been 62 feet of curvature between us, due to the bulging water that they tell us exists on the globe.
Have you flown at 40,000 feet?
Yeah, actually, yeah. This is from another experiment that I did. I took this spirit level onto an airplane, and I was on an A321 Airbus. At that speed on that particular airplane, that was 515 miles per hour. Now, I recorded 23 minutes and 45 seconds of level flight while I placed this level on the
Well, that's always
tray
going to be
table.
level.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what airplanes do. They take off, level out, and continue flying. Airplanes do not compensate for the Earth's curvature. That's the thing. Now, what I did, I recorded 23 minutes and 45 seconds of level flight. All right? According to spherical trigonometry, one more time, the airplane should have had to dip the nose down to compensate for 5 miles of curvature. That didn't
The
happen.
thing is, it wouldn't dip the nose down.
Because gravity, right?
Right, gravity.
Gravity is just buoyancy and density.
Exactly, so it's keeping the airplane steady.
So let me ask you.
It's not going to move it back and
Let
forth.
me ask you a crazy question, though. About how much do you think all this water weighs? Just go ahead. How much do you think all this water that you see right here, and you can just act like there's a barrier, as far as you can see, how much do you think all this water weighs?
Millions of tons. Yeah.
Okay, so if on a globe, gravity is holding millions of tons of water in upside down on the bottom of a ball, how is it strong enough to hold that water down and yet we're able to walk around like there's no problem? Shouldn't gravity kind of have us locked to the floor? Should we be able to move at all?
It's holding that water down because gravity is just, it's not going to change the pull.
Or
Each particle is still being pulled the same amount.
Or perhaps the water is there because it's contained, and the natural physics of water is to seek and find its level. As you can see, the surface of water, in your everyday experience now, when you pour a glass of water, the surface is flat. After it rains, you drive past a puddle, the surface is flat. You stood next to a pond, the surface is flat. Have you ever been fishing? I used to go fishing with my pops all the time. We would go out early in the morning before the fish started jumping. It always looked like a perfect mirror because the surface of water is always flat when it's contained. The oceans play by the same rules. And if most of the Earth's surface is covered in water,
You say it's flat, but that's for that momentary.
are we getting into
It's not
semantics
gonna-
here? Are you going to
Plus,
go
going
there
back
with?
to your laser,
Are you gonna
light
go-
travels in a straight line. It's not
Yeah.
going to curve.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I shouldn't have been able to see the source of the laser while it's going in a straight line. That's what I mean. That's
Yeah,
the
you
point.
would. Well, at what distance?
10.3 miles.
Right.
Why,
I mean, think about Mount Rainier. You
Right.
see,
Yeah, I was able to see the laser beam because it was in direct line of sight. There was no bulging water between us. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the surface of water is flat.
All right,
That's all.
let's talk about
It
the
also-
edge. What do you got on the edge?
The edge?
Yeah.
I've never been to an edge. Have you?
it's the edge of the earth.
Somebody somewhere.
Somebody
I'm
that
not-
believes the earth is flat must have proved it. Come on, that's like the
No, that is well. Here, it's not about an edge to prove anything.
Well, what
the
is-
fact of the matter is, if we live on a globe,
Okay.
two things need to be proven: measurable curvature
Okay.
and detectable spin.
and you believe it's not been proven.
Of course not.
Space travel.
Oh no, that's a totally different thing. If we live on a globe, there needs to be measurable curvature
Okay.
and detectable spin. I debunked that whole curvature thing with my laser test.
All right. You
So-
don't believe that people have been in space.
No.
Okay, so I have a question. What about Colin O'Brady? He's a very experienced expeditioner. He's been to the North Pole and the South Pole,
Yeah.
both sides of the Earth, and walked across the landmass on either side,
Okay.
along with anywhere along the equator. So
Right.
he alone could say that he's been to all ends of the Earth and has never found any
Yeah.
sort of an end or an ending. It's continuous.
Do you remember the line of travel that he actually conducted
on his
on
expedition
that
in Antarctica?
Yeah, it was only like 912 miles. Yeah, the Antarctic landmass is way more than that, so he didn't like go
Well, the
directly
Antarctic
over the continent.
landmass also includes an ice shelf. He didn't walk across the ice shelf. He walked across the landmass alone.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't so much like circumnavigate. Here's the thing. If we're on a globe, I should have brought my globe as a prop, more like a ball. Here's the thing. Nobody ever circumnavigates north to south. If circumnavigation does happen, it always takes place going east to west. Now, that makes sense on a flat Earth because you hop into an airplane with the north at the center because there is some magnetic source out here that causes all compasses to point to the middle. We act like this is an airplane. You can hop on this thing. You're in South America, take off. You can fly back over here. You're in Africa. You can take off, fly back around here. You're in Australia. You come back in. You're in LA. Just the same. navigation works a lot better on flat Earth. But what happens is nobody's ever circumnavigated north to south, because if somebody did try to go north, they would just go this way and then continue going out that way. But they wouldn't go around the ball and then come back to the underside and then come back. Come on now, that's never happened.
I mean, that's also depending on the weather.
Depending on what? The weather?
North Pole weather. It's freezing temps.
Well, yeah. But we can apparently go to space.
Let's say the Earth is flat,
And it is. Let's go.
and you say that there is gravity.
No, I'm saying that gravity is a hoax.
It's a sham.
I'm saying it's still a theory. And theories can be,
Okay, so
but
what
a theory that's being
what
pushed is
pulls us
fact.
down?
Say again?
What keeps us down?
The fact that you're heavier than the air that surrounds you. That's it. That's
Okay.
it. Because if gravity is the thing that's keeping us all from flying off into space, look, all these vehicles over here weigh thousands of pounds. If gravity is pulling these vehicles down, keeping them from flying off into space, why are we able to just walk around with no problem?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the strongest human, the human who can jump highest, still can't jump any more than what, 4 or 5 feet high?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because we've also evolved to do that. Cars aren't meant to jump; they're meant to drive
Yeah.
along the ground. You can get a car up in the air if you really want to. You
Well,
just
well,
gotta
yeah,
get
if you
some
want to,
elevation. Yeah.
but nobody's gonna like come along and just flip off gravity, and then everything's just gonna go flying off everywhere. That's crazy talk, man.
Yeah, of course.
Like so you think it's normal for people to be upside down on a spinning ball?
If there's gravity, yes.
There is no gravity. That's what I'm saying. We're all
So then-
walking around at a 90-degree angle, just like this right now.
But that would still be gravity then. You're still saying there's gravity.
No, it's density. It's because you're heavy. We're surrounded by oxygen right now. I'm heavier than the oxygen, so I'm not. That's why I'm able to stay on the ground. That's it.
Is this your website, or are there a bunch of flat earthers that just go around
All right.
Tacoma doing it?
Otter might
Density.
it's not gas.
Heavier than the oxygen. That's it. It's complicated. You're making this a lot more complicated.
That's spider fast. Wouldn't that fall faster than that?
Yeah, at a different speed, but
So-
everything falls at the same speed.
Your theory is saying that since we're the heavier the object is, the more it's willing to be embedded to the ground.
No, I'm saying that it's natural. What nature does is just creates balance. Just the same as here. Let me see. If I was to drop my keys into, because the keys are more dense than the water, they're going to fall to the bottom. Now, if I throw a beach ball in there, because the beach ball is all light and there's oxygen inside, it's going to float. That's it. That's it. Just like if you had a helium balloon, the helium on a molecular level is less dense than oxygen. That's why it floats. You've never in your life looked at a helium balloon and said, "Oh my God, an anti-gravity device." You never done it, have you? Think about it, man. You were like, "Wow, that's cool." But come on, man. But that's because it's a helium balloon. That's it.
Why do you think NASA and all the people, they try to make us think that the Earth is the globe?
Well, they've been teaching us that the Earth was a globe for so long, and NASA has a annual budget. The daily budget is at about $56 million a day currently. So I like to think that's a pretty good reason
Wait, hold up.
for them to lie.
Did you take the sun the sun in the factory? Because if it was flat, it would get all sunlight.
Not
Am I
true.
wrong?
Not if the sun isn't as large or as far away as we've been told. Because what they tell us
I know,
according
but
to
it
the globe
wouldn't be
model.
nearly as dark if the Earth was flat, like on the other side of the Earth.
No.
It wouldn't
The
be
thing
nearly-
is, the sun actually acts like a spotlight as it circles over the Earth. Now, this is from a trip that I took to Alaska last year. You remember? You know how in Alaska they have the Arctic midnight sun, the 24-hour sunlight?
Right,
Yeah. So I wanted to go see that myself because I've seen videos in Alaska where people have done like these long time lapses following the sun, and it looks like the sun's going up and down, up and down, up and down, making a circle around your head. I wanted to go check that out myself, so I went there last year, and according to this video that I pulled out here, a friend of mine picked me up at the airport. We hung out for about 3 days. Went out, bought a lot of snacks, sat in his car, pulled out the camera, and got video. So I'll show you the video from my trip to Alaska, where I followed the sun, making a 360-degree circuit over the flat Earth. Just a second. Boom, 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 right about there. And yep.
So if it acts like a spotlight, it'd
Yeah.
be meaning that the sun spotlight has to be
Yeah, that's what I'm saying here. Yeah, you can check it out. So what I did, I just pulled the camera around. Oh, here, let's come on back over here, man. Let me show you this thing. So what happened? I pulled the camera around, and now watch this orange pole right here. Now that's when the sun starts to move. Now we're all adults here. When we see an airplane flying, you know, we're like, okay, we know that we're sitting still when we see the airplane flying, but when you see the sun moving on a time lapse, you can obviously tell I'm sitting still and the sun's moving and the clouds.
Okay, so what's your argument with this?
Hold on. It's that the sun isn't 93 million miles away and the sun is not 400 times larger than the Earth. At that point, the sun was actually over Africa.
Watch how mommy does it.
Right?
Look, see how mommy's holding it?
It's not so far away, meaning that the other planets are also orbiting the sun. Why aren't you seeing them blocking the sun?
Orbiting. That's so cute. All right, so we'll get there. So what happened?
Or do you have the theory that the sun orbits around the Earth?
Hold on, we're on to a different thing. Let me finish this one, man. And the sun comes back down to the orange pole. Back at the orange pole.
Right.
Right where it started at. So I sat there and I watched the sun for 24 hours circle.
So is the sun? So is your theory saying that the sun is orbiting the Earth?
I'm saying that the sun is moving around the Earth in a clockwise circuit,
Oh, hey.
pretty much like that, acting
So
like a
is the
spotlight.
sun orbiting the Earth? Or is the Earth orbiting the sun?
The Earth is flat and stationary.
Stationary.
Yeah, we're not moving.
What's keeping it from moving?
What do you mean what's keeping it from moving? It's never moved. You ever been in an earthquake?
All right, but what makes the sun move then?
What does that matter?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, let's say
Literally
am I wrong?
matters.
Here. What I would answer that with is electromagnetism.
Okay,
Now-
but
now-
why
now-
isn't
now-
that
now-
electromagnetism
Well,
pulling the Earth around? Why does the Earth has to be stationary?
The Earth has always been stationary. Why would that
What keeps it
electromagnet?
stationary?
Are you trolling?
I'm not trolling.
Well, what are you getting
No,
at,
I feel like
man?
these are very logical questions that he's asking.
Really?
Like, yes, they're very logical questions.
All right, so if the
What keeps the Earth from moving?
if the sun is so much smaller than you say, and you're saying electromagnetism makes it go around the Earth, saying that the Earth somehow has the effect of making the sun go around,
Sure.
and the sun supposedly is your size and so big, what is that keeping it from the Earth moving around the sun? Why isn't the sun pulling the Earth around?
Oh, the sun? No, you're still thinking about gravity. You gotta toss that whole thing out. That whole mass attracts mass and all that. That's bullcrap. What's orbiting around Mount Rainier?
Wow.
Clouds? Stop.
You know I'm right.
No. Oh, come on, guy. No, on a clear day, no, it's nothing clear. There's nothing orbiting around anything out here. That's
Is
what
this
I'm saying.
alive?
Yeah, gravity works differently, apparently, on Earth than it does out in space.
But you have to think the reason why nothing's orbiting that is because that's attached to a larger object.
I
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
I know. It's like these Jedi mind tricks that they played on all
Alright,
of
Well,
us.
that's
with
no
little
trick though. You
workarounds.
think if it's on one mass, why would something within that mass be able to have an orbit? Everything around that would have an orbit. The moon, for example.
Yeah, and here's what
Curved
here's what we're
minds
talking
can't see flat horizon.
about. Right.
Right on, right on.
All I'm
Nice.
saying is that whole orbiting thing. Gravity doesn't work the same apparently on Earth as it does out in space. Now, if mass is supposed to attract another mass to it, we should have slammed into the sun a long time ago, because the sun's supposed to be this great attractor. And on
That's centrifugal and centripetal force now. Centrifugal force is when something spins, it stays around the outside. It's the same thing. If you hook a string and you spin, it doesn't get closer to you because you're swinging it. It's staying outside of an orbit.
I see you've worked well in the indoctrination system, and I get that too.
Well, I've
man.
studied astronomy and astrology,
Yeah.
all kinds. I mean,
Yeah.
I've done a lot of research into this. Because,
Okay,
no, I
good.
admire what you're doing out here. I get
Right.
it. When you believe in something, I totally understand. And I'll be honest, you do have a lot of good research here.
Well,
but
we
all I
did.
have to say is, like, I mean, the easiest way to completely refute anything you say is, for one, the edge, and for two, what do you think about satellites in the air that are going around the Earth, proving every single day with live feeds that it's round? Why would something with a
Video
live
can
feed?
video not be manipulated?
It can be, but it's very obvious if it's a 24-hour live feed that's
Is it?
spinning.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and
You
you've
might
seen.
want to take a look at those.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've taken lots of look at those actually. I've looked at that stuff a lot of the time, man. I've spent a lot of time watching the NASA live feed of the ISS and all that. I've seen those guys falling, bending down to pick something up, being pulled by a harness. I've seen George Bush Sr. being wheeled through Houston headquarters while there's a little blue screen in the back, the chroma key and all that, and while there's an astronaut playing with little objects and all that. I've seen all that.
Have you ever
It's a
been-
puppet show. It's a puppet show.
Have you ever been mountain climbing, or let's say Puyallup Ferry? You know that scream ride that shoots you all the way up?
Yeah,
You ever been on there and look how you see the curve
no.
of the horizon?
There's no
You
curve.
see it. No, you see it.
Yeah, I've seen it before on a plane.
I fly a lot, dude. I fly a lot.
I've flown 6 times in the past 6 months, and I'll tell you, every time you get up to where you can see clearly,
There's a
you
curve.
can.
There is a
clearly
curve.
see
Well,
It may be
clearly
very
and-
slight, but
And not
you
only
know
that,
you see it.
I can
I
only
guarantee
refract
you.
light after
I
so many miles.
guarantee you. I can pull up video of Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that you can't see curvature at 128,000 feet. You remember that Red Bull jump, Felix Baumgartner, a few years back?
Yeah.
he was talking about that.
It's a
Neil
halo
deGrasse
jump, yeah.
Tyson, 2015 at South by Southwest, was telling the crowd, as far as Felix and his edge of space jump, he's saying that according to, he's got this beach ball, he's saying, well, on that beach ball, you would only be this far off the surface, and you absolutely wouldn't be able to see the curvature. So you're saying that you can see curvature at 40,000 feet, but Mr. Astrophysicist is telling you that you can't see it at 128,000
But what
feet?
I'm saying is the reason why you can see a curvature is because that flat, no matter how high I get, I should be able to see to the end of it. But if you look at a beach ball, if I look at my hand, I can't see the other ends of my finger. I see the end of it. But then if I come to this side, you can see it, and the shape of it doesn't have to change because you can only see to the edge.
You have
But on
video
there,
of it? You have
There's
video?
so many videos of it,
Where-
and there's
where-
also videos
where-
of rocket launches and people going into space.
Yeah, and on those rocket launches, they actually aren't going to space. If you watch those
They go to
rocket
orbit.
launches, no, they go straight up for a little bit, and then they do a parabolic maneuver and come
Because
back
it
down.
works like a plane. You're not going to shoot something straight up in the air. The gravity is still pulling it to the side.
24,000
It just
miles.
has to keep an
I hear what you're saying.
increasing slope
Yeah.
to where it'll eventually go out of the Earth's orbit.
No, actually, what's going on is they'll take off straight up, and then they'll go off into the sea. They're
It'll
not going to
go off.
space, guy.
It'll go off to space, but it just means that gravity's going to pull it to the side. That's why they have the force going out. Because eventually they'll get out.
Exit velocity would have to be 10 times what it is
I know.
if you went straight up.
Well,
but if you go with the direction that the Earth is moving, then you can use that as extra. If you go
Yeah.
against it, it's just like a plane. If you fly this way,
Except that
it
the
takes
Earth
longer.
isn't moving. That's the only thing.
You
That's
really
the-
don't think it moves at all, though?
Well, here, how fast is the Earth spinning?
Was it 24,000 miles an hour this way?
Yeah, 20. So you think the Earth is moving 24,000 miles an hour right now?
Rotating?
Yeah. You think so? You don't think we would feel that?
No, because we're being pulled down. And plus, not only that, we've evolved feeling that every day. The Earth doesn't speed up and slow down. We've
Wait.
evolved to feel that.
Wait. You think that we evolved and all just got used to moving 24,000 miles per hour and nobody knows it?
Do you believe in evolution?
No.
You don't believe in evolution?
I don't believe in evolution either.
No.
You don't believe in evolution?
I'm sorry. I don't believe we came from monkeys, dude. You're not going to sell me on that one.
So you're gonna tell me, not only do you believe in flat Earth, you're gonna tell me that something went boom, you're here, flat Earth, sun's rotating around you, you're right there in the center, everything happens around you.
Wait, so that's
That's
crazy.
explaining the Big Bang, dude.
Wait, right.
No, I
exactly.
know. Either one of them. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying.
evolutionary.
No, I
That's
agree.
like snapping-
Either one of them is complete BS. That's a theory.
Okay.
That's a theory. You can't prove the Big Bang. You can't prove the God theory.
All right.
But
So-
now with this, there's satellites to go in the air. People who have been to
Yeah.
people who've been to space. People
And,
who've been
and
to the
those
moon.
and those satellites are launched using weather balloons from remote areas. Yeah, I've seen the video of that too. So, I mean, it's possible satellites could be operating from high altitude weather balloons. That's possible. They could be high altitude planes using radar to track the clouds from where we can't see. There's something for everything you got as far as this globe model. But there isn't really a good answer for why I could see that laser 10 miles away.
I'll give you that. But there's also a good reason why you can't tell me that everything floats around the Earth and the Earth doesn't move.
Dude, here, look. If the Earth is a globe, there's got to be curvature. And since there is none, it's not a globe. That's it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I've measured for curvature. I've done it in the air. I've done it over water. There's no curvature, so it can't be a globe. Everything else is just details. That's all I'm saying. That is it, man. No curvature, dude. Anyway.
I don't know, man. Hey, you know what? I appreciate you coming out here, man. I appreciate it.
Hey.
Is this your card right
Yeah,
here?
yeah. That's
Hey,
me.
I'll be honest, man. I'll check you out. I'll
Cool.
check it out.
Cool, cool. All right. Well, here, what's your name, man?
My name's Jake.
All right, Jake. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, man.
All right. Good talk.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too. Questions?
Yeah, how much your sign cost?
Actually, a friend of mine sent it to me. My man David Gessner, he runs this site, flatearth101.com. They have cards, pamphlets, stickers, banners, and he asked me for some pictures to make my own customized banner so I could come out and do what I'm doing. And yeah. So just do some things on there that I've done. You know, that trip to Alaska, this is my laser test, that was my spirit level experiment. And
Publish anywhere?
not yet. Not yet. I'm considering. I mean, everything's like on YouTube right now. Like, you know, you go to the scientific community with something that goes against the status quo, they're not really going to take you all serious.
Yeah, if you have proof, they will.
No, not really. if it refutes what their career is built on, no. Because suddenly if somebody comes around and, you know, they say that, okay, it's been proven that the Earth is flat. The people are going to say, wait a minute. So what's NASA been doing all this time? What about these astrophysicists? Okay, you guys are out of a job. You're done. Let me see. You know, we're going to...
Wait, but space still exists. No?
Not space as we know it. I mean,
Space
stars
exists.
stars are up there. There are other so-called
The moon
planets.
still exists.
Yeah, the moon is
The
still
sun
there. Yeah, the sun's still there.
Other
Yeah.
planets still exist.
But the aspect of space travel, you know, sending rovers to Mars, the guys actually going to the moon, yeah, that's not happening.
I guess I don't understand, like, even if the Earth is flat, doesn't the space around it still exist?
Oh no, see, you may be thinking about the Flat Earth Society and their model. It's like a dish or a disc floating in space. No, space. You gotta toss space out of the window with this whole thing.
So what do you think is the purpose of life?
Wow, that's pretty profound. We took a few steps there. What do I think is the meaning of life?
Yeah, like why are we in this random zone?
Well,
If there's nothing else out
you
there.
know what? I'm still trying to work that one out, actually. You know, the meaning of life. I mean, that's a pretty profound, sitting up, meditating on the side of a mountain type stuff. I appreciate you, you know, thinking that I can actually answer that one.
I mean, like, I don't know. What do you believe in?
I believe that we kind of get to figure out our own purpose in life. You know, you get to kind of determine your own fate to a degree based on the decisions that you make and the information that you come across. I believe I've come across this in my lifetime and have gained a degree of notoriety because of it. So I feel like, you know, because those circumstances happened the way that they did, total accident, I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
So do you make money after your YouTube channel?
A little bit. Just a little bit. A little something. You know. But yeah, we're all over the place. Normal people that figured out some abnormal stuff about our world, you know. They tell us that boats are going over curvature. Actually, no, the way our eyes work, it's just like if you've ever been along a hallway. You know, you look down there, it looks like the sidewalk starts to go in a hallway. It looks like the walls are coming in, the ceiling's coming down, the floor's coming up. Everything goes into the vanishing point. It's all about perspective. You know, the further away things get, the smaller they become.
Doesn't that mean that if you're looking at the Earth from higher up, then it would be more in the middle rather than being bigger zone?
Wait, what?
So you're looking at it from the vanishing point.
Okay.
And you're looking at, like, say you're looking at one.
Okay.
Sorry, you're looking at this, right?
Okay.
The things on there are going to be smaller in the middle. From the vanishing point, right?
Things are going to be smaller the further away from you they are, depending on wherever you are.
Say there's a certain degree, right?
Okay.
We're saying it's flat.
Okay.
Because there's depth on it, it should get smaller.
Sure.
So why then, if you're looking at the Earth from far away, these countries are bigger?
The middle of the that happen?
When you're looking at it, like this.
Have you been to space?
No, but like how you
You
get?
can go to Big Years.
How'd you get these?
No, I'm just trying to figure out where are you getting at? Like, are you telling me about an experience of yours?
No, I'm talking about. Well, yes, yeah. Think about going on an airplane. You look up. Things are bigger rather than smaller.
Bigger rather than smaller in the plane.
This is saying that the further away something is, it's gonna collapse on itself in the middle.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Look at the Earth. The fact that it doesn't do that means that there's curvature.
Oh. Yeah, no. No. So look, when you get on that airplane, you're going to get out there, and hopefully you fly over a large body of water. Hopefully you're doing an international flight. I flew out to South Korea. Did the same spirit level test. That's a level on the tray table. Recorded 1 minute. Bubble is in the center. I'm flying over water now. The surface of water is always flat.
Yeah, but momentum.
Momentum of what?
I mean, water, when you're on a plane, flop back.
Okay. Well, no. I'm just saying. It was resting on the
Yeah,
tray table.
Like, I can do that too.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Right.
You're going the same way.
That's what I'm saying. So that's how the airplane was flying. Just,
Yeah.
just like that. While the bubble was center. It's flying over a
You're
flat
going
bubble.
over something slow enough, like think distance. If you're going over like 2 miles worth of road, it's
Well-
not gonna make that much difference. If you do it that fast.
Yeah, but we went over 203 miles. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you didn't hear that part?
No, I have a feeling this is why the scientific community doesn't.
Oh, no. No, they're upset because I'm debunking their crap. No, seriously. This article, this is going all over the world. That one experiment. That's on my YouTube channel. It's got 1.2 million views on it. I've been written about in Lebanon, Libya, the Philippines, in Australia, Ireland, Scotland, the UK, let me see, Israel, a few other places I'm sure, and the US of course. But yeah, that's not why they're not taking it seriously. They're not taking it seriously because it pretty much tears apart their whole paradigm. That's all that is. It's simple. And it's so simple it'll go right over your head. That's the issue. Earth isn't that complicated. Gravity's not holding us upside down because on fall we would be at like a 45-degree angle. We're not. They say that the Earth is tilted at a 23.4-degree angle. How is the Earth tilted in space? In order to establish an angle, there has to be a base. There's no base out in space, is there?
No, that's why
Except that they say it's a oblate spheroid. It's flat. It's flat. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All good? Have a good night. And I'm back. Man, they pounce quick. I didn't even get a chance to move this thing around. Yeah, there was a lot going on out here. A lot going on. Oh man, just out here telling people about this flat Earth.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. You heard about that?
I mean, I've been hearing debates, all on Facebook.
Oh, true. What you think?
Well, my opinion,
Yeah.
well, if he's flat around, I don't see it being round.
That's what's up. How's it going, man? How you doing, man? Good. Give me a spiel, man.
I don't ever heard it like on the internet.
Okay. Yeah. That's why I'm here. Thanks for coming out. My name's Daryl, by the way.
Daryl and Christian.
Christian. Nice to meet you. What's your name, bro?
DJ.
Good. All right. So, basics of flat Earth. Well, I always start with bodies of water don't curve. Bodies of water meaning rivers, lakes, ponds. As long as there's a significant accumulation of water that reaches all edges of the container, the water has to be contained. The surface is always flat. As I demonstrate here, in your day-to-day experience, you see pour a glass of water, the surface is flat. After it rains, and it rains a lot here, you drive past the puddle, the surface is flat. The pond, same thing. I used to go fishing with my pops all the time. Get out on the water early in the morning, about 5 in the morning, go and fish with pops. The water used to look like glass, a perfect mirror, right? So that's only possible on a flat surface, that whole mirror reflection. So you have to consider the idea that the only time that you see water curve is on pictures that you can't take for yourself. And that's these pictures of this globe that we're always showing. See? So what this slide is, this is about a laser test that myself and a friend conducted back in August. And we were actually here. He was down there, down the block a little bit on this walkway. He had a laser that had a 12.5-mile range. I was positioned across the water in Des Moines, Washington, at Saltwater State Park. That's 10.3 miles of water in between us. Now, according to spherical trigonometry, 10.3 miles, do your calculations there, 106.9, and the calculation is 8 inches per mile squared. Okay, so that's 848.72 feet, or 70.72 feet. Now you might take away the height of the laser and then the height of the observer, myself on the other side. There was 62.22 feet of missing curvature between us because the surface of water is actually flat. Now I was on a live stream with about 150 people, just like I'm doing now on a live stream, and we could all see this blue dot, and that's the blue dot from his laser right over there, over that 10-mile stretch of water. And I shouldn't have even been able to see this blue dot because water, like they show us on the globe, curves after a while. But this proves that the surface of water is flat even over this 10-mile stretch. So if it's flat over 10 miles, then that means it's flat over 20, 30, 50, 1,000. And since this is the Puget Sound, it's connected to the Pacific Ocean, which is connected to the Indian Ocean, which is connected to the Atlantic, the Mediterranean. It's all one body of water, and it's all flat. So that's the basics.
Why do they tell us it's round? Like, what's the advantage of it? What is the people, the authorities have to gain from telling us it's round as opposed to just saying it's flat?
Well,
Why is that strong?
let me ask you. Do you trust the government?
I mean, not on a lot of things, no, but I'm saying it's like, what would be the motivation for the government to lie about something?
All right. Well, NASA.gov, if you look them up online, their daily budget is $56 million a day. So, all right, man, take care. So, yeah, $56 million a day. That's a pretty good reason for them to keep us straight, to continue getting their allowance. So there's that.
So what do you think about like other planets? So it's
Ancient cultures used to refer to other so-called planets as wandering stars because they don't move in the same trajectory like the normal stars or constellations that we see all the time. And, according to the heliocentric model, that's the globe model. Is Helios is the sun god, the sun god Helios, and then centric is the sun is the center of the universe, is what they tell us. So, or the center of the solar system. So according to that model, what they tell us is that all these other planets are revolving around the sun, and the Earth is orbiting at, or it's rotating at 1,032 miles per hour. The Earth's spinning, and then it's orbiting around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour, and the sun is pulling the whole solar system through space at 450,000 miles per hour. The whole Milky Way galaxy is moving through space at 515,000 miles per hour, and yet we've been seeing the same stars since we were babies. Now, if we were doing all this movement, all these millions of miles per hour through space for all these years, don't you think we would be seeing a different night sky every night? Wouldn't that make sense? I mean, it's like getting on the freeway, you head that way. If you drive that way for a whole day or about 2 hours, you're not going to see the same stuff, the next day. You know what I mean? So it's just the Earth is flat and stationary, and if you go by your senses, and that's how we navigate this world.
Intuition.
Yeah, you don't feel any motion. When you sit still, you see the moon comes up on the horizon. A couple hours later, you see the moon's over there. Later, the moon's over there, and it's gone. You've been sitting still the whole time. The sun and the moon is what's moving. Earth is flat and stationary.
So we don't move at all?
No, we don't move.
We don't move at all.
No, sir.
What about like tidal waves?
Oh, the tides and all that?
Yeah.
Some. Now this is where I would have to speculate a little bit. Now, I could get into my ideas about the tides and all that. Now, I would say that the sun and the moon have their own electromagnetic charge. And like the sun has a positive charge, moon has a negative charge. Now there's this super saline dense water that has its own charge, positive or negative, I forget. And as the sun moves away, the water at the bottom, it reacts to that charge or the sun being pulled away, so it comes up. The moon comes around, it pulls it up. The sun comes back around and pushes it back down. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that.
That's just gravity.
I'm guessing.
It's gravity.
Oh no, gravity's a hoax, man.
Gravity's a
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The theory of gravity. Because if we believe in gravity, that means we also have to believe in people being upside down on the ball with curving water. I already debunked that whole curving water thing with that laser tag. Period. As far as the people upside down thing, the gravity, the fact is it's all that what you call gravity can be attributed to density and buoyancy. Okay? Just the same like if I drop my keys in the water, my keys are going to go to the bottom because they're heavier than the medium of the water. The medium is the water that the keys fall into. The keys are more dense than that water. That's why they drop. If I throw a beach ball in there, it's going to float on the surface because it's less dense than the water.
Okay, what about?
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's all it's taking to figure out what you're talking about.
All right, that's what's up. As far as retrograde, dude, I don't even know. That's why they're called wandering stars because they don't follow a definitive path like the rest of the stars. You know, the little lights that just twinkle, Big Dippers, Belt of Orion, and all that. Yeah, those are just regular stars. They're just making their circuit around there. You can find time lapse of star trails on YouTube. And people will take their camera and do a long exposure, lock it on Polaris, and record all night, and it makes these perfect concentric circles all around Polaris. But the planets don't do that. The wandering stars don't do that. They do the retrograde and all that type of stuff. I don't have an explanation for that. I'm not gonna sit here.
For like other planets revolving around the sun.
That's a really good question. Dude, I'm saying it's not so much that they're revolving around the sun. That's the thing. They kind of move with.
Wait, what
the
about
sun.
like I'm not too into this.
Yeah.
The planets that have moons themselves. How do you explain that whole thing?
Well,
How do they stick around that planet?
A lot of that I believe is speculation, or they're just telling us.
Well, that's
stuff.
the thing though. Is you could get a telescope, set it right here.
And
Someone
then-
start your phone and observe it for yourself
all right. Not being a jerk.
without the NASA.
Have you, with your telescope, observed other moons around other planets' orbit?
I have. It was a long time ago. Like,
And you saw moons around other planets?
yeah, my dad's got this. It's no like observatory.
Yeah.
Or anything, but it's pretty big. It's from the ground up, like to like my height.
Hey, man.
And yeah, you could.
I'm saying,
I mean, it's something you could do. Like people have done it. And
yeah, no doubt.
People
no doubt.
documenting it that weren't the government that have
Yeah.
seen that. And you can't call everybody a liar. Don't get me wrong. I don't trust a lot of people.
Oh, no.
You can't call the whole world.
Oh no, I'm not calling everybody liars. The thing is like a lot of the people that are kind of participating in it, they just take the globe as a given anyway. Like the people that work at NASA, I think they grew up believing in the globe, and then they were just excited about the idea of working at NASA. So they're like, oh, this is gonna be cool. I get to work in the space program. They already ingrained with the whole educational system like we all been taught. Flat earthers, we all used to believe in the globe too. That's the thing. So I mean, we're not like crazy. We just came across some information that contradicts the mainstream thought process. That's all that is. I'm not saying everybody's in on it. Like, there are some people in some places, and like NASA, those areas they need to be compartmentalized. Fun fact: Did you hear about Operation Paperclip? All right, so Project Paperclip. What happened after World War II was over? The United States got those Nazi scientists, gave them pensions, gave them jobs, new identities, houses, and all that. Moved them over to the United States, took good care of them. And one of those Nazis was the founder of NASA, this guy Warner von Braun. You know that? You ever heard of that? So yeah, NASA's straight up founded by Nazis. You can look that up. Craziness. But they didn't want all that that knowledge that these scientists had pulled together to go to waste. So they're like, yeah, we're just gonna bring them over here, let them start a space program and all that. So that's the thing. Another thing is like as far as the whole flat Earth thing. I'm not saying this is everybody. This is some folks. A lot of people believe that we're like on this dome called the firmament. Is what it's referred to. The firmament. Yeah, what it's referred to in the Bible. And on his tombstone, Warner von Braun, on his tombstone, he put a Bible verse there, Psalms 19:1. It was the heavens declare God's glory, and the firmament showeth His work, His handiwork. So, the one thing on his tombstone, the Nazi founder of NASA, the one thing on his tombstone is a verse about the firmament. That's kind of something to think about. So,
I think we're multi-dimensional beings living a temporary.
Oh, here.
Take care, man.
All right, man.
Fernando.
Daryl.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Fernando. You seem cool, man. You weren't all that combative. You were like, yeah, makes sense.
Hey, I will always remain a student.
Cool, yeah.
Student of life.
I appreciate that's what I'm saying.
I stand here with no judgment.
I appreciate
You know
it.
what I
I appreciate
I know you
it.
have other people challenging you,
Yeah.
and it's everyone is entitled to their own belief.
That's what I'm saying.
And that, where I believe, it narrows down to
Hey.
respect and the energy that you put out.
Exactly.
It's that simple.
Yeah. You know. And that's it, man. We're just
We're over here temporarily, man.
Yeah.
This is like I was telling you, what I believe is I'm a multi-dimensional being living a temporary experience in this body suit.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like actually, I'm a spirit having a physical experience, not a body having a spiritual experience, something like that. Be here, respect for each other. It's all good. And that's the thing, man. It's like people get so upset. People get so triggered by this thing, man.
I was just at the YMCA, man. People get into this politics, these debates,
Yeah.
and now I'm the observer.
Right. It's better to be that way. Just off to the side, like, nah, man, I'm not
I'm on the
even gonna get
side.
in there.
I'm on the what do they call the sidelines? You know what I mean? I'm just
Yeah.
hoping, being the observer of what these guys get into in debate,
Right.
discussion. They're putting out their energy, and getting themselves so worked up.
All right, here, hold on. All right, everybody say hi to Fernando. we're just having a chat. It got kind of hairy over here. I should have pulled the camera around. There was like 10 people standing around a minute ago. It's my man Fernando. We're just chilling.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah.
what's your thought in my insight that I just put out?
It makes sense. The whole energy is going to return back to you. What you put out is what you get back. It makes sense.
Universal force.
Yeah. It's that whole, and it's spoken about biblically too. What you sow, that's what you're going to reap. Yeah. Feel like you're good to people. People will be good to you. If you're not, you can expect that to come back to you. It just makes sense. That's what that's how a lot of people feel in the community, man. I mean, I've hung out with a lot of other flat earthers. I've had the opportunity to do so, and
You learn from them too, right?
yeah, I do. Just being around, dude, it's like we're normal people, but man, these are some of the coolest, most kind, generous people that I can think of. Yeah, real cool, real laid back, real mellow. Really non-judgmental, because society judges us on a daily basis just because we don't go along with the herd mentality.
Yeah.
I
agree 100%.
But this is life. This is what we do.
And we're living.
Yeah. Life is for the living. Man. I'm almost sleepy after that one, dude. Jeez. I've been at it for a while. Like 3 different people ask themselves, wait a minute, what about this? And that one guy, he was upset. That dude was real upset.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying. He had a lot of questions, and that's okay.
That's good.
It's good to ask questions. But as far as your attitude of, I'm a student for life and all that, yeah, that's cool, man. Cause dude, people come around looking down their nose at us like they got everything figured out. I'm like, but you can't learn anything else.
They're so close-minded.
You can't let anything else in. So you're just gonna judge anybody that doesn't see stuff the way it sees. Okay, all right, that's what's up.
YouTube life?
Yeah,
Right on.
yeah. You know, I get off work, I come down here. I've been up here. I was here yesterday. I was at a couple of spots. I was at Pioneer Square on Sunday. That's out in Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah. And, one day I was at Schuster Parkway, the waterfront in Tacoma.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing. I like this, just hanging out, talking to people. And
I mean, look at our view.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And it makes it a lot easier talking about this because most of the earth is covered in water, and I'm like, this is my visual aid. This right here is my visual aid. Like, do you see any curvature here? Anywhere? It's there is none. There's none. At all. Oh yeah. All good, Fernando. All good. You out of here, man?
I'm not getting the greatest one today.
All right. Enjoy that. My man, get in here. All right, nice talking to you, man. All right, man, take care. He said, actually, I'm on my way to go smoke a J. That's what's up. Yeah, man. So what y'all think? It said stoners know what's up. All right, Paige. Yeah, man. All right. It's about time to get this hoodie. I had to engage a few people, man. That one guy he was here for a minute. Just grilling. Probably be back around here too. Okay, hold on. Jeez. Put the hoodie on. Yeah, Jake was all right. The one guy earlier who was angry at scene. He might have been. He was smiling the whole time. But he seemed like he had a lot more questions. He was just trying to stump me. That dude was upset. Cause I was like, nah, dude, you don't live on Globe. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. He was upset just a little bit. It's okay though. It's okay. They gonna learn today. What about these other planets? The one guy, I don't know what the heck he was trying to get at as far as the whole if you get up here and then you look at the Earth and it looks like it's bigger in the middle. I was like, what are you talking about, man? He was trying it about the perspective. How you doing, man? All right. Nice and warm down here. Hold on. Where am I at? I'm at Point Defiance. Down at the dock. Point Defiance on beach. Here, let me take the time since it's clear out here. Let me show you the view. All right. So here we are. We got the van back there. Not as many people out here today as it was yesterday. He said people get rowdy when I'm not paying attention. I know. I gotta communicate with the people. No, I can't see the moon actually. All right, man. We got these ladies over here doing a photo shoot, I guess. Look, the moon's supposed to be coming up over there. It's probably already up, but it's so cloudy I can't see it, and that's kind of disappointing. That's really unfortunate because I was really hoping that today would be, wouldn't be as cloudy, and it really wasn't until they started spraying that bull crap. Now the sky's all overcast and I can't see the moon. I can't see the super worm moon. The super worm moon. I can't see the super worm moon tonight. I don't know where the heck they get these names from, man. The super worm moon. Need the barbecue. You might be right. You might be right. I'm saying I gotta get some people out here first. You know, I'm out here solo. I can't be, you know, funding a barbecue and then, you know, doing it all by myself. Mess around, try to throw a barbecue that nobody shows up to. I'll be like, for real, man? Ah, shoot. Of course. This is what I do. He's back. He's back.
You had some time to think. You said you went to Alaska? Were you ever on the shoreline?
No.
No?
Nope.
All right, well, imagine this. Here's the flag. How far could we see? Like standing on the coastline.
Well, with the naked eye, I believe it said that the human eye can see about 3.5 miles away.
Okay. So the other side of the ocean is 3 feet.
That is a lot farther than 3.5 miles away.
Yeah, I know. That's what they say online. But that's what I'm saying. You can't believe everything you see online.
Okay, so let's say you're on the shoreline and you're watching a ship just sail straight out. Eventually, you will see it. It kind of fades out. You still see it. Even with binoculars, you go in, you'll see it. You won't see it fade out. You actually see it sink in.
And the other question I didn't finish my answer.
Go ahead.
How far is Alaska from Russia? It's like 50-something miles. They wanted to put a bridge.
You're going to have to ask Sarah Palin about that.
Okay.
She says she can see Russia from Alaska, though. So.
Well, geographically speaking, it's less than 100 miles.
Yeah.
But we can't see the other side.
You can't see the other. Wait, you can't see the other side of Russia?
No, from Alaska.
Can't see Russia.
What are we
Something
getting
to look into, okay?
What are we getting at?
Just food for thought. Well, if the Earth is really flat, you should definitely be able to see it. I mean, 50 miles is not that far.
No, it's not.
Those mountains are way more than 50 miles away.
Okay. I get it.
But I should be able to see the shoreline. I should be able to see a mountain range hundreds and thousands of miles away.
Well, hundreds of thousands?
No, hundreds and 4,000.
I was like, wait a minute.
And
what?
4,000, sorry.
Well, we don't even have hundreds of thousands of
And
miles.
there are definitely telescopes and binoculars to help us if need be.
They would. They would. They should. Let me see. I'm trying to find this video for you. I remember you were talking about boats going over the horizon. And that's one we get a lot. But if you have a camera with a good zoom on it, a pair of binoculars, and all that, you can actually bring up. Let me see. There we go. Why can't I see infinitely far? Yeah. Okay. I gotta get a speaker out here. This is my guy ODD, actually. It's all about that perspective thing again. We talked about that a little bit. Now, this is about what you were talking about, you know, boats going over into the distance where they look like they're going down. They're not actually going over the horizon, they're going into the horizon. The thing, because you've ever been to a hotel, you look out the end of the hallway, you see the walls coming in to a point, you see the ceiling and the floor looking like they're coming. Everything goes into the vantage point.
All right. So here's the thing. If you use binoculars, you know, big binoculars, you still see it. You see it perfectly fine. If you look through a hallway with binoculars, you'll see the end perfectly clear. The thing is, if you're looking at a horizon, the boat will still sink into the horizon.
It doesn't sink into the horizon. The fact of the matter is, it's just going out of your view. It's just going out of your view. That's all.
No, you have a binocular.
No, there's limits to your sight. You can't see forever.
No, still.
Still have binoculars.
Okay, do you believe in any form of astronomy whatsoever?
That's the thing. Science has become somewhat of a belief system. Because you
I
just asked
agree
me,
with
do
you there
you
in some
believe in this? Do you
aspect.
believe in gravity? Do you
Okay,
believe in astronomy? You shouldn't have to believe in science.
Okay.
Science is supposed to be concrete.
It's observable,
I
etc.
trust testable, repeatable,
Okay,
observable
okay.
science. I appreciate applied science. Like this iPad, yeah, whoever did this with science, because I can use it, because it will play video and all that, it works.
You have a good point there. Just I hope you have a chance someday to actually work with a huge telescope yourself, to even maybe travel to space someday.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, and
That'd be great. Tell me about
I
that
don't-
time you went to space.
I didn't go to space.
So why are you believing? You've never been there. You're taking secondhand
the
knowledge for
questions that we
truth.
just gave you alone are enough to tell me about
Two questions, what now?
the boat, going at horizon. You didn't explain that.
Okay, so the thing is, boats aren't going over the horizon. There's a camera. Actually, I have it out in my van. It's a Nikon P900.
Okay.
All right, the boat can go off into the distance to the point to where our eyes can't see anymore.
Right.
I can pull that camera out and put it right back into view easily. People do it all the time. There's plenty of videos of people bringing boats back over the purpose, or what they
far?
think was the purpose.
How far exactly? I mean, today's capabilities are pretty far.
Somewhere around 10 miles.
10 miles is not far.
That is not-
It's far. It's far enough to where there was supposed to be 60 feet of curvature. Wasn't supposed to be seen. Surface of water is flat. There's no curvature. That's all I'm saying.
I was taught
Well, you're
13
saying that you're pointing the laser and that it's supposed to hit the water with the curvature. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a 30-foot wall of water between them. And the
30
laser
feet is
beam
pretty,
shouldn't be seen.
pretty steep.
That is very steep.
Because
Guys,
the Earth is bigger than that.
I know, but does it look like the water is bulging? Can you not see the shoreline across the water from there?
You think that's 10 miles?
If we head down there and look down that way, according to Google Earth, I drew out the little line right here.
Yeah.
I put that in a video. They say it's 10 miles. I drew it out, measured it out. Unless they're lying about the sizes.
All right, well, we don't have time to, but it's interesting. You need to.
It's interesting. Like for me, I don't know. I really appreciate your effort and a lot of time you spent into learning this. I believe we are a little biased on growing up with this idea that Earth is a globe. But the thing is, I don't think I don't think it matters that much if the Earth is flat or not. Yeah, because it doesn't change me who I am or how I live. It doesn't make me a better person. For example, faith in God, that some people say, oh, this is also like a belief or something, but at least I'm a Christian and I know that there's going to be a judgment day. I know how to get ready for that, you know, and this is something that if, it doesn't matter, I believe it or not, it's going to happen. So if I'm not ready for that, it's like eternal damnation for me. If I am ready for that, it's going to be like super awesome in heaven. So this is like something that like a matter of like really important to know if it's true or not. When about the earth, I mean, I don't know if it makes me wake up in the morning and just like, oh, okay, the earth is flat. Like I can live one day believing that. I don't think it's going to change me.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people feel that way. I mean, you would have to think about it a little bit deeper. Because, I mean, your faith in God means that you also have faith in the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, that would mean that you would pay a little more attention to the Bible because the biblical creation story actually goes a lot better with the flat earth model. Like the whole, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And then later in chapter 1, verse 16, it says, then God created the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. So what was the earth orbiting around the first 3 days?
Doesn't mean that they were orbiting at that point in time.
No, that's because the earth is stationary. The sun
okay,
and the
that's
moon
your
were created after
All right,
Earth.
all right.
That's the
If
thing.
it was spinning around, like just in a path, why not?
You say what now?
Why not?
No, the Earth's spinning?
Yeah.
Earth isn't spinning.
Okay, what about the stars? Like, you see like stars out there, and like towards the night, you've seen the time lapses of the stars, how they kind of like, it kind of looks like the Earth is moving, the stars are kind of moving up inside.
Have you ever seen the time lapse of the stars when somebody takes the camera and points it at Polaris and makes the perfect circles around Polaris? You ever seen that with Gold?
That's because the Earth is spinning at that point.
No, that's
That's not
Are you
happening
saying that the
everywhere.
universe
That's
spins
only
around
in
us,
my
not the other way around?
Yeah, this is
You're saying
geocentric.
that
I'm saying
the
it's
universe
geocentric. Yeah.
is spinning around us.
I'm saying the Earth is flat and stationary, and the
Okay.
sky is
All right.
what's moving around. The sun and the moon is what's moving around.
All right.
Because in the video that I showed him earlier, when I went to Alaska and followed the sun, making that circuit, it's obvious that the sun and the moon.
Well, that's because of the axis. Sun up north in certain seasons is over by. I was in Russia. It's the same thing in the other seasons.
I know they told
How do you,
they told
how
him.
do you explain the seasons then?
Oh, well, that's easy. Well, during the summer months, while the sun's making its circuit, it makes the circuit closer to the center. While the sun's making the circuit closer to the center, that's why in the summer months, in what we call the northern hemisphere, which is on the inside, if you imagine the equator is right about here.
Right.
Okay. In the northern hemisphere, they'll be closer to the center. Sun's making a clockwise circuit here. So when it's summer here and closer to the center, it's winter in the southern because the sun's moving much faster and it isn't spending as much
But that
time on
means
those
that
continents.
spotlight of the sun that you're talking about has to be very focused and small.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for your time. I hope you.
Appreciate your
I
time.
don't know. I mean, you can believe that. I don't know. Even if the
Is
Earth
this
is
on YouTube
flat,
or something?
Yeah.
even if the Earth is flat, I know that. I know. Okay.
No, the Bible says it's flat though. Check that out.
Okay.
Reread Genesis one more time. And they came back for more. Good Lord. All right, and they're out of here. I know. He was like walked away, and he was like, "Darn it, I gotta get him." He was trying to stump me. Oh, what about seasons? Oh, I got another question. Uh-oh, I got a guy over here with a NASA shirt on. he might come over and want to talk. We'll see what's up. It's all good. Jeez. He might be back. I don't even know if he saw that thing. He got the big NASA shirt on. People over there by the van again. There's always something going on out here, folks. But you know what? You can do this too. This isn't that hard. It's not that difficult. It's actually fun after a while. It's like sparring with strangers. Hey, got a baby over here. What's up, man? Yeah, I'm doing my thing. Yeah, NASA. No astronauts should apply. Never a straight answer. Hold on. They were staring at the van again. There's always something going on. Yeah, I know. Should have a playlist. I know, that's what I'm saying. I gotta organize my stuff on my iPad. I gotta go sit down at a Starbucks and get this stuff more organized or something. You know, these people go into shock. They're like, "Wait a minute, you saw a laser from 10 miles? That means that our globe calculations aren't right. Oh my goodness." Well, I mean, that means water's flat, but I still think we're on a globe. What? How do you think we're still on a globe when there's no curvature? Like, dude, come on. Come on now. Well, yeah, the one guy, he seemed cool. The dude, Christian, he was all right. Jake was cool. He said he's going to look into it. As well he should. Everybody should. I just hang out here. I need to. All right, DJ. Yeah, you know. Thanks, Redbone. I'm trying to work on this.
Earth is flat, bro.
My man.
Nope.
What's your name, bro?
I'm Devin. What's your name?
Yo.
Is this a YouTube?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, YouTube?
Say hi. This is
Hey,
Devin.
Earth is flat.
This is Devin.
Don't let anyone tell you anything else, man.
Man,
Hey, take care. Yep.
Flat Earthers Unite.
Always.
Yo. He knows. They're down here arguing. Oh man. Yeah. See, that's what happens. That's what's up. I like meeting random flat earthers out here. That's been happening to me all week too. Let me tell you. I woke up this morning. Okay, so I get up at 4 in the morning. My alarm goes off, right? So I get up, you know, get dressed, and I head over to Planet Fitness. That's where I work out. I hit the alarm on my van. I walk through the door. I see one guy talking to the dude at the front desk. I'm saying they look like they're in a deep conversation. I'm like, whatever, man. So I go scan, beat my little flat Earth, not my flat Earth, my Planet Fitness card, and I'm about to head off. And I hear the guy at the front desk at Planet Fitness. He says, "Oh yeah, that's the guy you want to talk to about that." I like stop it. I was like, "Wait, what's going on?" The guy says, "Oh, flat Earth." I was like, "Oh." Now look, the thing is, I haven't even talked to the guy at the front desk at Planet Fitness. I know, Planet Fitness. It's $20 a month, okay? I know. I can't change the Plain Fitness. But anyway, so I haven't even talked to the guy at the front desk about flat Earth, and he's talking to the dude at the desk. And apparently, what happened is the guy that was talking to the dude at the desk at Planet Fitness, he was a flat earther, and he was trying to tell the guy about the origins of NASA. Hey, you.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
So excited to see you here.
Well, did you know I was going to be here?
Hell no, I'm driving around with my dog. I just went to the dog park and something brought me down here. I don't know what.
All right. Hey, Jude.
I'm just gonna watch it and just like, oh,
Yeah. I'm just
be another awakened person's presence for a minute.
It's fun.
What a beautiful night.
It's fun. I'm
the
just
first day of spring.
I'm just out here
This is a beautiful backdrop.
flat smacking them.
I know you are, dude. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is so funny. I have questions for you.
What you got?
So, I have these Satanist roommates that are living with me.
Oh, that sounds
It's
interesting.
so bizarre. I ended up at the Eagles Court on Vashon with a bunch of alcoholics.
Okay.
It's funny.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on YouTube right now.
So anyway, it's just really interesting, and I've been trying to you have to try to trick people. I'm trying to trick people to try to really preach anything to anybody that So I'm trying, I draw hints. I'm really cool, very loving, non-judgmental.
Right.
But now it's really interesting. So I'm trying to talk to him the other night. It was full moon. We were sitting outside, and I was trying to explain to him the experiment with the moonlight versus. And I'm so dyslexic, Daryl. I know I got it backwards. Oh, is that it right there?
I got it right there. I'm saying. Look, here's the thing. My memory's bad, so I need a banner. I need my mental cues.
Yes.
While I'm talking to you people, I'll look back here. Oh yeah, that's right. Perspective.
Yes, right.
So you gotta get a banner. You gotta get your visual aids to be like a mental trigger.
Because he thinks he's into conspiracy theories and different things, but he's not. He's really not, and he's kind of stunted in his growth because of different things.
Yeah. I think we call those purple pillars.
Purple pillars, not a red, but yeah.
like still kind of blue, kind of red, half red.
I feel like I
Purple
have an
pill.
opportunity here,
Yeah.
and I'm just getting it all wrong. I mean, when you go to look for original things, you have some great content, but some things have been deleted. There's just not the stuff out there that was out there. years ago.
FlatEarth101.com.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, great.
I was just
Wow.
on there. They got different sections. They got cards, pamphlets, banners, flyers,
Really?
stickers.
Is that you? Or is that? Oh, great.
Oh yeah. This
Well, you need
this is
this.
my custom banner.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I
But
love
David
it.
Gassner, he asked me to send him some pictures, some stuff that I'd like to put on my own banner. He had put this whole thing together, sent it to me, and I've just been out all week. I was out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and today. Just out, flat
You know,
smacking.
I've kind of, it's so hard to be in this movement. And there's so many different rabbit holes. And there's the whole transgender agenda and all this thing. And I get stuck. And I'm not really anything like, I'm kind of in between. I think it's just me, just trying to be who I am and figure out the truth and not, but you get judged in all these different groups. Rob Steven, I got into it.
Oh, geez.
And then there's two Nathans.
Thompson? Probably Thompson.
Said some shit, and I just been on my bubbles, Daryl. And so I don't know, it's just good to see you. I'm feeling so lost, and there's so much different information out there, like the anti-information against it. You just really have to swim around, and if you don't know somebody or somebody to point you in the right direction, people just think it's BS because they end up in a weird spot with the guy with the globe on his head. And
yeah.
What did you think of the Netflix thing?
It was what it was. It was obviously a hit piece.
Right.
Even the title, Behind the Curve. I mean, if they would have approached me with that, I'd have